The question we're tasked with is 728 divided by 16. And we'll be answering this using long division, involving rounding and various other steps that need to be accounted for. So the main steps involved in long division in the process, you start off with division, followed by, which is at the top here, followed by multiplication, followed by subtraction, okay? What I'm going to do here, and the reason why I circled division is because I've introduced a bit of rounding here to make the question easier overall, okay? Now, you can round using any number you want, obviously anything that's easy to use. You could have rounded 16 to 10 or 15. I've chosen 20 to make it a little bit more tricky, but also it allows us to highlight problems that typically arise in long division problems. So without further ado, let's give this a start. Now, the first step is 7 divided by 20. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of 7 divided by 20, we know straight away 7 is much smaller. So it'll be a waste of time and a waste of space to use the 7, with regards to the sheet that we've got here available to us. Instead, we'll be using the second number, 72, which is formed from the second number, so 7 and 2 there. So it will be 72, I'm going to write up here, 72 divided by 20. Now, instead of using 20, and the beauty of long division is you don't need to worry about your decimal points and anything after the decimal point. So it's just the nearest whole number, really. So treat the 20 as if it's 2. So 72 divided by 2 is obviously 36. What we're going to do, if it was divided by 20, it'll be 3.6. We're just going to use 3. Okay. Now, 3 will go up here. It's a bit too messy there. Let's do that again. Yep. Now, the next step is to do the multiplication. So it's 3 times 16. Now, this is the original number we're using, okay? It's only the rounded number we use when it comes to the division step. So 3 times 16. Okay, so that's going to be 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3. It's going to be 48. Okay. Now, the next step is subtraction. So 72 minus 48. Well, we're going to do a bit of borrowing here. So this would be a 6. This would be a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. As we can see, 24 is much bigger than 16. Okay. Now, this is the first rule that we need to know, actually, as we're doing the long multiplication. If the number after the subtraction step, if your answer is greater than or equal to the original number being divided by, okay, that means your previous step is too low, the answer on the answer line, which, in terms of the division step, okay? So in this case, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to make this 3 a 4. So let's go back. We're going to remove the 3, we're going to turn it into a 4. Okay, so now we start off here. So it's now going to be 4 times 16. And that is 64. 64 goes down here. Now the subtraction step, 72 minus 64. So again, borrowing, so 6. This is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 6 minus 6 is 0. So this is perfect. 8 is smaller than 16, which is what we want. So 8. Now, the next step is obviously to bring down the next number, which is an 8. So now we have 88 divided by 20. And as we said in the first step, we disregard the 0. We've ignored decimal points. So it's 88 divided by 2, which is 44, which is basically going to be 4. Okay, so that goes up here, 4. Now 4 times 16, well, we've done it already, 64, but you know that 64 is going to be too big here, okay? Let's see, yeah. 88 minus, oh, I don't know why I didn't need to do the borrowing there. This is going to be 4, this is going to be 2. So, so 24 again, it's just too big, okay, compared to the 16. So we're going to need to go back a step in the division, and we need to change the 4 to a 5. So 5 times 16 is, so 6 times 5 is 30, 5 times 1 is 5, so it's going to be 80. And then we do 88 minus 80, which is going to, of course, be 8. Now, because there's a number left over, we have no more numbers left in the bus. What we're going to do is we're going to introduce a 0, bring it down, and put a decimal point on the answer line up here. So the next step is going to be 80 divided by 20. Well, we know that already. That's going to be 4. Okay. So 4 will go up here. And then again, 4 times 16, I'm sure we've done that already. Let's have a look. It should be 64, but I'm sure it's up here somewhere. There it is as well. And again, you can tell that this number is going to be too big compared to 16, or it might even be 16. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is 16. So this is going to be 16. But as I said in the previous rule, when we got here, if the number after the subtraction step is greater than or equal to the original number being divided by, that means that the answer for the previous division step is too low. Okay, so with that in mind, we now have to go back, and this 4 should become a 5 instead on the answer line. So 5 times 16 now. Again, we've done that already, which is 80. Done it there. Okay. And then that goes here. And the 80 minus 80 obviously is going to be 0. So this ends your calculation. So the final answer will in fact be 45.5. Now to double check this, we're going to do this in a different color. We can do 45.5. We times that by 16. Okay, so 6 times 5 is going to be 30. 6 times 5 is 30, plus the 3 is 33. And then 6 times 4 is 24, plus the 3 is 27. Okay. Bring the next number down here. Cross out the 6. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we have it. We have 8. 7 plus 5 is 12. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. Yep. Just make it a bit more easy to see. 728, which is in our original question here, as you can see.